Hello guys, Super Anthony Characters here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is day 21 of me being excuse me. This is day 21 of me being interviewed by Cesar. Alright, Anthony, so how was your day at school today? It could have been just a little bit better. Alright, so tell me about your day at school today. Alright, so my day in social studies class, it could have been a little bit better. It was good, but it just could have been a little bit better. I think I needed 2 reminders and 1 prompt. So I think I needed 1 reminder for my paraprofessional thought I was lying when I said that the kids were being too loud, and I couldn't. Maybe they thought I wasn't paying attention, but I thought I was paying attention. That might have been a reminder. Yeah, I thought I was paying attention. But anyways, when I was trying to get my computer when it was done charging, I reached over my classmate and got my computer, but my paraprofessional Mr. F told me that he needed me to sit down so he could talk to me about something. I said, but I need my computer. And then Mr. F said, well, Anthony, I need you to sit down. And I think he needed me to sit down so he could talk to me, I guess. And then I said, Anthony, if somebody's getting their computer from that small area, then you need to just wait until they're done. Wait until they're finished getting their computer, then you should get to your computer. You shouldn't just reach over somebody and get your stuff, because you gotta respect people's space. So from now on, if somebody's getting their computer in that small area, you need to wait. And you need to wait until they're finished getting their computer, then you get yours. You shouldn't just reach over somebody to get your stuff. Yeah, so I think that was a reminder, and I think I needed 1 prompt, because when I was in social studies class, I thought I was listening, but Mr. F said I wasn't doing nothing, and I said, but I am doing something. I promise. I'm doing my work. I'm doing my work. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And then Mr. F said, well, Anthony, you're already at about 2 reminders, so you might want to be quiet. And then he said, yeah, he said I needed 2 reminders and 1 prompt. He said that he had to remind me 2 times, and then he had to prompt me 1 time. But I had a good day, but he also said that I gotta stop rushing him. Before he allowed me to go to math class, he wanted to have a little conversation with me about the point sheet, and how I need to stop rushing. I need to stop going fast. I need to take my time. He said I earned a check, but I just needed 2 reminders and 1 prompt. But he said I earned the check this time because I worked hard, but I just needed 2 reminders, and he had to prompt me 1 time. But that was it. But he told me that I earned the check because he said I turned my day around and I worked hard, so I earned the check. And I had a good day in social studies, but my day could have been a little bit better because my paraprofessional Mr. F had to remind me 2 times, and he had to prompt me 1 time. All right, now math class. In math class, my day was good, but it could have been a little bit better because I think I needed 2 reminders. So I got 1 reminder for laughing at my classmate because he was talking to himself, and then he didn't want to tell my teacher Miss Boss what happened. He didn't want to tell her what he said. And then Miss Boss asked him what he said. What did you say? And then he said nothing. And then he just kept on not wanting to tell her what he said under his breath. And then I was laughing about that. And then Miss Kara said, Anthony, I do not like the way you're behaving. You laughing at somebody, that's not funny. So that's a warning. That's a reminder. Because what if you were the one that didn't what if you were the one that were talking to yourself? And what if you were the one that was refusing to tell your teacher what you were talking about? You probably wouldn't want somebody to laugh at you, and you probably wouldn't want somebody to make comments about it. So that's a reminder, because you laughing at somebody, that's you laughing at somebody when they do something wrong. That's not being a serious student, and that's not making good choices. So that's a reminder. And I think I needed another reminder in math class for something else. I can't remember, but I remember getting one reminder for laughing at my peers. I can't remember what my other reminder was about. Yeah. Did you do any deliveries today? No. And I remember what it was called. Yesterday, I kind of forgot what it was called, but now I remember what I did yesterday. So what I did yesterday was, I think it was called the staff JAG cart, where we deliver items to teachers. We deliver like things like candy, drinks, chips, and stuff to teachers. It's called a staff JAG cart. And yeah, I remember what I did yesterday. All right, now, I know you didn't make any deliveries today, but if you do have to make any deliveries again, then what are you gonna do? I'm gonna say the things that I need to say, and I'm gonna try to focus while I'm talking, because I remember what happened yesterday. Yeah, because when your paraprofessional Miss Henry uh grabbed your shoulder and she touched you, and then you said, Miss Henry, why are you touching me? Can you please get off of me? And you know what, Anthony? I don't think Miss Henry liked having to do what she did while you were making deliveries either. Yeah, I don't think Miss Henry liked having to do what she did while you were making the deliveries for the staff members either. But maybe if you were focusing, then Miss Henry would not have to touch you. But you were zoning out, and you were walking around. So that's why Miss Henry did that. She touched your shoulder and made you face the teacher, I guess. Yeah, I can't remember, but you won't zone out while you're talking again. Yeah, the reason why she did that is because she wanted you to focus. But maybe if you focus, then you won't have to worry about any teachers touching you. So next time, focus. Do what you need to do in school. That way you won't have to worry about any punishments, all right? All right. So my day was good in math, but I believe I needed 2 reminders. I needed one for laughing at my peers, and I think I also needed one probably for not focusing or something. Yeah. All right. Now in health class, I had a good day in health class. I got most of my work done, and I was good in health class, and I did not need any reminders. Yeah, I don't think I needed any reminders in math and health class. Yeah, in health class, I had a good day in health class, and I did not need any reminders or any prompts. No staff member had to remind or prompt me to do anything. And I did everything that I was supposed to do without being reminded or prompted by any staff members. So yeah, I had a good day in health class. All right, now in English class, I had a good day, but my day could have been a little bit better in English class, because I think I needed 2 reminders. I think I needed one reminder for not starting my work on time, and yeah, I think I needed one reminder for not starting my work when I was supposed to start my work. And I think I needed another reminder for not focusing. Yeah, I needed 2 reminders in English class. Let me think. Yeah, I needed one reminder for not starting my work when I was supposed to, and I think I needed another one. Oh, for not following directions. I needed another one for not following directions. All right, now when it was time for me to go to my locker for MTSS, I went outside. I went in the hallway to go downstairs to go to my locker, but then I kept on worrying about the crowd. So then I went back to the classroom. And then I said, should I still go even though it's crowded? And then they just said, bye, Anthony. See you later. I think they were saying that because they wanted me to go. They wanted me to go to my locker and then come back. So maybe next time I should just not worry about the crowd. Maybe I should just go to my locker, because if I go back to class, if I go back to Miss Bossard's class, then they're probably going to say things like, bye, Anthony, or see you later, because they're probably just going to want me to go to my locker. And they're probably not going to like it if I come back. So next time, I'm going to try not to worry about anyone. I'm going to try not to worry about anyone. I'm going to try not to worry about anyone but myself when I'm in the hallway. Don't worry about don't worry about the other kids. Now, if someone does something to bother you, then I could tell a teacher. But yeah, other than that, if I'm in the hallway, don't worry about anyone else. Just focus on getting to my locker. I'm just gonna try to focus on going to my locker, getting what I need to get from my locker, and then going back to class. And I'm also gonna try not to focus on lollygagging I'm gonna also try not to focus on lollygagging in the hallway. Yeah, I'm gonna also try not to focus on lollygagging in the hallway, because I remember when I used to lollygag in the hallway and things didn't go good. So now I don't lollygag in the hallway anymore, because now I know it's not good to lollygag in the hallway or anywhere else in the school building. Because if you do things like lollygag in the hallway, lollygag in the bathrooms, or lollygag in the stairwells or any of that stuff, then you're going to end up on something called a no pass list. And when you're on the no pass list, the school's no pass list, then a student can't be trusted to go anywhere in the school building, like the bathroom, the nurse, to get a drink of water, to the library, to another classroom, to go to their locker, to go anywhere in the school building without a escort by a staff member. Yeah, if a student's on the no pass list, then a student would need to be escorted everywhere by a staff member, by an adult, a grown-up. Yeah, if a student's on the no pass list, then a grown-up staff member would have to escort the student everywhere if a student's on the no pass list. But students end up on the no pass list mostly for lollygagging in the hallways and lollygagging in the bathrooms and stuff. That's mostly why kids end up on the no pass list. But yeah, I haven't been placed on a no pass list this year, and I don't think I'm going to, because usually I usually do what I'm supposed to do in school, and I usually don't lollygag in the hallways, and I usually don't lollygag in the bathrooms. And yeah, some kids like to go in the bathrooms to fool around, and I don't do that. I ask the teachers to use the bathroom when I really need to use the bathroom. I don't ask the teachers to use the bathroom just so I could have some extra time in the hallway, or so I could fool around in the bathroom. Yeah, I ask teachers to use the bathroom when I really need to use the bathroom, not so I could lollygag and fool around. Yeah, but anyway, during multi-tiered system of supports MTSS class, we had to finish up the writing, and we had to write about internet best friends, I guess, and how to stay safe and what could be dangerous. Yeah, I think that's what we wrote about. And when we were finished, I wasn't able to have any cash out because by the time we were done, it was like 7 minutes of, actually, I think it was like 5 minutes of school left. So I packed up and I cleaned up my area and I put up my chair and I was packed up and I was ready for dismissal. And then at like 2:58 or 2:57 is usually the time where it's time to pack up and clean up and put your chair up and get ready for dismissal. And they usually call car riders first. They usually call walkers and car riders first before they dismiss the bus riders. But some kids like to walk out, leave class even when their bus is not dismissed. And some kids like to leave class to go to their bus when they dismiss walkers and car riders. And I think when you do that, you could get a referral. You could get a referral for doing that because it's not good to leave class to go to your bus when they dismiss walkers and car riders because your bus isn't dismissed. So if you leave class when they dismiss walkers and car riders, even though you're a bus rider, you could get a referral for that. Now, some kids like to do this. So when their bus is not at the school yet, or when their bus is not being dismissed yet, some kids will still like to go outside and fool around, even though their bus is not at the school yet. And I think a student could get a referral for that too. Because if a student's bus is not at the school yet or not around the school yet, a student needs to stay in the school and wait for their bus. But some students usually like to still go outside even though their bus is not at the school yet and fool around. Yeah, if a student does that, then a student could get a referral and they could get a write-up. Yeah. But I'm a car rider, so I'm usually the first one to get dismissed. Alright, guys. Me and Cesar were talking about my day at school and things to do at school. Alright, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is day 21 of me being interviewed by Cesar. Alright, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, goodbye.